This one I'm basically just going to speed through because I don't got a lot to say about this guy. Another day, another Derby profile. Today's episode's going to be on Happy Jack. Let's go. First up, we got stats, and there ain't really much to say here. He's ran 4 times, only won a single of them, and that was his maiden debut. Was third twice, and has total earnings of $182,200, which is the smallest we've seen so far. His major races are just a 5th in the Robert B. Lewis, a 3rd in the San Felipe, and a 3rd in the Santa Anita Derby. Or in other words, he's just one of the 3 horses that Forbidden Kingdom, Messier, and Taba have traded around and easily defeating in their selective prep races. For running style, he usually stays between the back of the pack or mid-pack. Typically a closer, he likes the rail and uses that to scrape past a couple of horses to get a minor placing or two. In his maiden debut, he skimmed the rail to win, and then most recently in the Santa Anita Derby, he skimmed the rail again to pass Forbidden Kingdom and get 3rd. So the rail and a little bit of last-minute speed seem to be his go-to. When it comes to highest speed figure, his highest was his maiden debut, which was a surprisingly good 98 speed figure, which I can't dock that. However, in his Kentucky Derby preps, he hasn't really been able to replicate that, with the closest he's gotten being a 86 in the San Felipe Stakes, so that isn't really as flashy. And now on to the strengths and weaknesses of Happy Jack. Now, it would be the easy way out to just say he doesn't have any strengths and he's a terrible choice, but there is something to be said. Horses like Giacomo have come from the California circuit with just a maiden victory to their name, and then closed in the Kentucky Derby to pull off a major upset, so this kind of archetype isn't completely awful. As well as that, his pedigree does suggest that he's most certainly ready for the Kentucky Derby distance, so that won't be an issue. He'll definitely be able to use his late closing speed to maybe rack off a few horses. And that's all I got. I really tried. No, I didn't. There's not really a lot of positive things to say about Happy Jack. As usual, the Kentucky Derby doesn't really like closers. As well as that, though, he's not even a very good one, as he's been very distantly defeated by horses like Messier and Forbidden Kingdom. He didn't even come close. He was beaten by many, many lengths. So he's barely been in contention in his Kentucky Derby preps. His highest speed figure was in a maiden race against basically nobody. And in general, the Santa Anita circuits produced incredibly tiny fields, so his ability to navigate through a huge field is going to be a major hurdle he's going to have to overcome, as well as that those small fields meant that he was racing against basically nobody, with the exception of the 1 or 2 superstars that dominated the race. And with that, there you go. You have a closer who's been running in very small races and has been cleaning up in 3rd or so to get minor placings. There ain't really much to say otherwise. Overall, I would probably give him the lowest rating so far in the Derby Profile series, a D+. There's just not much good to say about Happy Jack, which is ironic considering his name. That's it for this episode. I promise to be more chippy and skippy in the next episode, and that'll be on a horse that I will have a lot more positive things to say about. So, hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and see you guys next time.